Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Moshe Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Moshe Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Moshe Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Moshe Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Moshe Zia. If you love fast-paced books, you'll love Missing by Mian Moshe Zia, available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. Missing is available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is also endorsed, has garnered great reviews and endorsed by many famous celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Moshe Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And also check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise at Amazon.com/the Mike Wagner Show. Get some cool t-shirts, 10 different colors, 100% cotton. Very cool for spring, summer, and even in winter, wherever you're at. And also check out Me and Motion's Amazon website for some exciting books, some cool merchandise, including pop chasers and also t-shirts, hoodies, and a lot more. Go to Amazon.com today as well. We're here with a terrific radio guy, voice actor, and he's also a producer of an up-and-coming comic series, which he's been doing for quite some time. And I've actually followed this guy for quite some time as well, too. We've done some voice work together, and good friend of mine from Ohio as well, too. And he's been doing this for 25 years. And he also did some work as well, too, on YouTube, like with Disney's Dark Secrets, 107 Facts of Kinky in the Brain, one of my favorites. And Then and Now, My Little Pony, and a huge cartoon fanatic, just like many of us. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, somewhere in beautiful downtown Ohio, the very multi-talented voice actor, radio personality, and the creator of Tercona.com as well, Frank James Bailey. Frank, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, good morning, and good evening. And it's where I'm at. It's evening. It's 9:00.
Well, that's the best part about these podcasts. It's like, reason why I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's like it may be morning, like say you're in Chicago having breakfast, or you're having lunch in England, or you're having dinner in Paris, or you're having a hell of a time getting to sleep at 2 a.m. in Tokyo. It's like people listen to it anytime. So it may be evening right now. It'll be morning somewhere else, but it's great to have you on board as well, too. And you've got a brand new comic out, and you've been doing some voice work and been a radio DJ for 25 years in the Ohio area. And you're also a huge cartoon fanatic. And before we get into all that, tell us how it first got started, Frank.
I am, like you said, I'm Frank James Bailey, and I've had a 20-year radio career. We've worked together before at some of the other websites we've connected to together. My radio career spanned from 1989 to about 2009. And after that, I started doing voice work, mostly radio TV commercials, podcast openings, book trailers, stuff like that. I occasionally somebody would ask me for a character of some sort, and I would do a character if they needed me to, I do Santa Claus pretty well. Ho, 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 ho. And I do Santa Claus.
Christmas. Wait another 9 months before it get cold, babe.
Yeah, there you go. But sometimes, since I can change my voice to a deeper voice, like in a world where every podcast is virtually the same, one man has a podcast show like no other. It's the Mike Wagner Show. If they want that deep voice movie trailer guy, I can do that pretty well. So I've done that, and I have like this studio right here. I call it my editing room, but I've been making videos on YouTube for my cartoon reviews. I'm now on TikTok doing the same thing. I find TikTok better than YouTube because, one, they're 1-minute videos. I don't have to spend like almost all day making this 7-minute video. Just make a 1-minute video real quick,
or change the face as well too, Lance.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I can do some crazy stuff if I wanted to, but it's like I really like doing my cartoon reviews. And getting to the comics, my audience for my comics generally is kids and teens. Well, the audience on TikTok is like 10 to 19. So it's a perfect audience. And I don't want to say, hey, buy my comic. Oh, by the way, here's my comic. By the way, here's my, so I'm doing cartoon reviews. I'm trying to connect with the audience on TikTok by doing cartoon reviews because I do like cartoons, and a lot of people, they like cartoons as well. So, especially the tweens and the teens and stuff. So, but yeah, that's how I'm on TikTok doing that kind of stuff.
And of course, you also have an amazing cartoon collection behind you as well, too. And
this is my Pops collection.
Pops collection. Okay.
No, Funko Pops.
Oh, yeah. Funko Pops. You know something? I should start building a collection of, Funko Pops, coffee mugs, and all kinds of.
I have a little background for it. This is what you're seeing right here is the picture when I do the cartoon reviews, or if I do my things on TikTok. This is the background. So I got Tercona right there. I got my Funko Pops over there. I got Star Wars on the wall over there. That little thing hanging on the wall, that's a little car of Back to the Future. So it's the DeLorean. So I have a little bit of pop culture stuff all in the back of me here. Just a good backdrop. And of course, right in the back of me is the foam for the audio when I do voiceovers. So to keep the sound down.
Yeah. Yes. In a world where you never know, just like a Tootsie Roll. It's like, a 2, a 3. A 3. Thank you, Dan Juan Fontana. I'm sure you're enjoying Tootsie Pops right now. That smart ass owl up there.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! And of course, we also grew up on a good number of cartoons as well too. What are some of your favorite cartoons growing up?
Well, I wouldn't say growing up because I did watch a lot of when I was really young. I watched some anime stuff called Star Blazers and what's the other one? Battle of the Planets, where they had these watch type things, and then it would turn into the whatever, it's like an anime show. And I really got introduced to anime back then. But when it kind of faded out, I watched like Super Friends when I was really younger.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
Super Friends is really good.
Hey, we're buddy. Instead of beating the crap out of each other, we're gonna be super friends.
But in the 90s, I started buying comics when Superman died. And it's like, then I started grabbing up every comic I could. And I had this big collection of comic books in my storage room over there. It's a big, long box of comics. And after that, I started watching The Flash. I started watching Superman and Batman. And it wasn't until the 2000s when I started getting into Marvel comics and realizing the difference between Marvel comics and DC comics is in DC comics, the like Superman or Batman, it's all about how they feel about the world. Well, in Marvel comics, yeah, the superhero is great, but it's all about their ultra identity, how they feel about the world and how they deal with the fact. That's why Spider-Man puts on a mask, because he wants to hide himself, because he's actually a nerd who's going to high school. It's a big difference between DC and Marvel comics. And even though I like DC comics, they have the Flash, and I have all these DC comics, I kind of gravitate lately toward Marvel comics because their complexity of their characters. And that's why I've learned a lot from Stan Lee watching these old videos of his. And he like, you're making a superhero with problems? That's not superheroes working. It turns out Spider-Man was the biggest thing ever. So and that's what I want to do with my characters. I want to give them some typical teen problems that people might have. So it's story is great as with, if you have one, notice it right away, 2, a good storyline, and 3, good characters. If you have that combination, people will really resonate to it. So
and of course, also had Tercona as well too, and you can also tell us about how that came about.
Tercona came about around about 2015, early 2015. My daughter, I love telling the story. My daughter told me, I don't like princesses anymore. I like superheroes. And there's an idea. So in the very beginning of the very first book, Tercona is kind of running away from her mother because her mother's really evil and does some bad things. And so she's kind of taking her dad and taking her brother. And they had this like window type of portal thing. And she leaves her mother on the other side. And her mother says, "You're a princess. Act like one." She says, takes her crown and says, "Not anymore." And then she takes off to Earth and leaves her mom behind. That's how the story kind of starts off. Then she comes to Earth and becomes a superhero, Tercona. But that's how it started off. With the seed of the idea was with my daughter when she said, I don't like princess, I like superheroes. And ironically, she's not really into like the typical superheroes that I'm created now, but she's really into anime, which I got back in anime because of My Hero Academia. So there's difference. American style artwork and cartoon stuff, there's a difference between that and like animation stuff from Japan because they have more heart and more character depth. And I would love to put that more into Tercona, but it started off as 3 illustrated novels. Book number 1 is called Our New Home. Book 2 is called Dr. Q and the Banana Gun. And book 3 is Trinity's Traps. They were illustrated novels, basically a book with a lot of color pictures in it. I liked the format, but it wasn't selling as much. And my goal is to turn this into a cartoon. I didn't want to give up. So I thought, okay, I'll try a comic book. Boom! Big difference.
Yes, very big difference. I mean, look at the generation of TikTok, Instagram, and whatever else, and bright colors and everything. It's like, it just absolutely works. And I think you've hit upon a huge gold mine, or whatever you call it. Like, one little thing turns into like an atomic bomb, which is like, Woo.
I'm hoping. In the meantime, I keep wanting to put more comic books out. Like I have issue number. Well, right now, 3 comics are out. If you go to Tercona.com, you can check out all the comic books, all the comics there. You can also check out all the characters as well. They have a character bio for each character. They also have special covers for 3 of the comics. There's a new comic coming out this year in April. But comic number 1 is called Who is the Abaemon. Comic number 2 is called The Secret. And comic number 3 is called Burmese. Burmese is this 7-foot-tall black guy. He's like a linebacker, but he has a snake around his neck. And the snake kind of has these powers where if he looks at you in the eyes, he can control, like mind control. So, but the key thing is, a long time ago, somebody told me you have to have rules for power. So the rule for his power is simply he has to look at you. He can't just be around the corner and somewhere and all of a sudden you're mind control. He has to look at you in the eyes, but then once he looks at you, he has you. I got the idea by watching The Jungle Book.
Oh, yeah, like that. Who is that snake? Trusting me.
Yeah, and when he looked at you, boom, you were under his hypnosis. That gave me the idea. So
made me think of that 7-foot guy with a snake around his neck. Sounds like somebody from the Cleveland Browns would do something like that, or the Cincinnati Bengals. It's like
you go.
Maybe from the Browns, but the Bengals like. You're right.
But the cool thing about him, though, is, he's this big, intimidating guy because his big stature, but he doesn't need to be big and fight and tough and stuff. He can mind control you. You know, that's the thing about him, villainy. And then, of course, the new comic coming out is called Fighting Blind because Brittany tries to fight him blindfolded.
Brittany trying to fight blindfolded. Oh my gosh, baby, hit me one more time. Every time I think about it.
Tercona has a sort of a sidekick named Brittany. It's just her friend, and her friend kind of knows her secret identity and stuff. And they kind of fight crime together because Tercona has the powers. She has this long blue hair. She has the suit on and stuff. And like I told you before, it's about making the characters different from one another. Like, I don't know if you can see him back in me or not, but Tercona likes to wear an all-around bodysuit. She wants to cover up, but she has this powers and electrics and stuff, But Brittany, she likes to wear crop tops. That's just her, and she's also Latino. So it's just that's what she is, and that's what Tercona is. And of course, Brian, I don't mention him that much, but he's the redhead and he's kind of a nerdy guy. So again, all characters are different.
So suddenly Brian's more like a tech guy or something, just like Batman and Robin, where it's like you kind of like a butler. And he goes, yes, Master Wayne, I will be glad to get the Batmobile for you. Yes, Master Robin, I'll be glad to get the newspaper for you. Or it's just like maybe deep inside, the butler's just like, I hate these 2 jackasses.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
I have another character that has been throughout the books here and there named Maya, and she's a vegetarian. She likes to meditate, and we find out in the next comic, which is Fighting Blind, that she has these powers too, where she can meditate and kind of see everybody in the world. And she concentrates on one person. She can kind of get in that person's head and say, oh, no, go left. You're going to hurt yourself. No, go right. She can't mind control them. She just like their conscience.
Wow.
But only when she meditates. And then she can kind of talk to animals. But she's very earthly like, she's very vegetarian, that kind of stuff. Again, all different characters all have different things that they do, Like, remember Teen Titans, Beast Boy was a vegetarian,
yeah. Teen Titans, my kids, I think they're 10, 15 watched Teen Titans. I think they came out 2000 or 2000,
2003, 2004. That was the original Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go.
Okay, all right. Yeah, 2003, my oldest boy was 8 at the time. And then 2003, my daughter was 6. And my second youngest, Stephen, was 3. And Sam was not around then. So I think they might have remembered some. Then they got more of the Teen Titans Go. So they remember some of the cartoons, even Powerpuff Girls. It's like, oh my
exactly.
gosh.
And the one thing I mentioned, the only reason I mentioned it because I remember in the early 2000s, some of my favorite shows from way back when were Teen Titans, the original one, Kim Possible, Danny Phantom. But my favorite cartoon of all time is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love Avatar because the world building is fantastic. Legend of Korra is good, but it's like one step down. It's like it still brings on the more world stuff and still brings on the whole Avatar thing, but it's just not quite as good as Avatar, because Avatar is just fantastic. I love that series.
I think that Avatar Mindbender came out recently. It was like a couple years ago. It's like I think they did a remake on that, and it was like Aang or something like that. And it's like, I mean, they just took like 3 seasons where it's like the big war was happening too. So that's what you see in a lot of these like in the cartoon series, 3 seasons ends with like a monster war like World War III. Scooby-Doo where it's like it lasted a few seasons, ends like with that bird who was at Professor Platypus or
you're talking about Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb had Perry the Platypus and Professor Doofenshmirtz.
Yes, that's it.
Dr.
And it ends up like the final ever before he shut down is like a monster World War III catastrophic before it's like everything explodes and someone comes out innocent little flower, a little rat, just going away after being made like a 40-foot monster that could take down Cleveland Brown Stadium or something, or squish Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati or something. So
well, the one big difference about a lot of cartoons is there's a lot of cartoons that are serialized storylines like Avatar: Last Airbender was, and so is Legend of Korra. Then there's also shows like Phineas and Ferb or Animaniacs. That was like a one-time thing. You watch one episode, when it's over, it's over. The next episode, you watch that one, it's over. And like the old Bugs Bunny shows, you watch one episode and it's over. I like the serialized storylines myself. I want to be able to get into it. I want to be able to be sucked into it and can't wait to watch the next one. Like even though it's not a cartoon, I'm really loving WandaVision right now. Because it's pulling me in every week. It's like, what's going on?
It's just like a soap opera back in the days. It's like it was sponsored by a soap company, and they just encourage you, like, what's going to happen next? Stay tuned. This is brought to you by whatever it is, and that's how it came about. They should, like, give it another name, like maybe some cereal company, maybe some phone company, or something like TikTok. It's like, I have like TikTok series or anything like that, or TikTok opera or something. Yeah. So. Oh my gosh. I mean, just a lot of stuff. We'll talk about Tercona in just a minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing is fast-paced with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion, and those you love be the first to go missing. Missing is available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. And Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews, even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And also check out the Mike Wagner Show t-shirts and other merchandise at Amazon.com/the Mike Wagner Show. And also check out the great merchandise on Mia Mosensia's Amazon website. And also check out his books, and also some t-shirts, hoodies, and a lot more. And make sure you send some support and love as well. We're here with a very talented creator of Tercona, also voice actor and radio guy out of Ohio, Frank James Bailey, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And, just take a step back a little bit with Tercona and everything else. And when you're radio, you did it for 20 years out in Ohio. Did you imagine yourself maybe like, after your radio career is done, you'd be going into comics, or did you envision yourself going to radio for like a long time, maybe going the route of Casey Kasem or somewhere along the way, or even like Ryan Seacrest?
It's funny you should mention Casey Kasem, because when I was in high school and I listened to the Casey Kasem show all the time, I would always listen to that countdown. He said, "Here's the next song on number 1. It's now another." Oh God, I forget what he would always do.
What was like? Well,
dedication thing.
He always did
long distance dedication.
Yes, I remember that. And keep reaching for the stars. And there was a YouTube video on there where it's like he made a mistake, and engineer made a mistake, and we got this next song, and you didn't cue this record, and goddamn this, and he went on such a long rant. And check it on YouTube. It's like I listened to it. It's like you never knew the guy had a temper, but it was just hilarious. Just watch him go off like that.
Oh God, who just the host of Jeopardy?
Alex Trebek.
Yes, I saw some video of him kind of cussing up a storm too recently. I thought that was wow. Okay, the guy keeps his cool all the time, but it's like when it's funny to watch that when a guy who really keeps his cool all the time, like, oh, okay, he has it to like to vent some anger.
Or he'd be like, that TV was not working. We're gonna blame the producer on that. I'm gonna chew his ass out. Or he'll get stern with the contestants and tell them to wake up. Or if they're like a shot, give them like a really dirty look. But then off stage, when they do their between shots, he'll go up to the contestants and have a friendly chat and say, "Hey, how's it going?" and everything else. I was reading about the behind the scenes, and he said that Alex Trebek is one of the nicest guys out there. Amazing.
Getting back to the radio career thing, though, you asked me about how my radio career went and stuff. I started doing part-time work in Cleveland, Ohio at a station called WRQC, and I was using Frank Bailey there. Then I went to a country station in Youngstown, Ohio. I think it's 95.1 The Cat. I used Frank James. Matter of fact, that was a country station, so I used the outlaw Frank James. And it worked because I had a black cowboy hat. Boots and stuff. I went to somewhere and it's like, oh, there's the outlaw. A name really people recognize. And I spent the last, 15, almost 20 years really getting out a good internet footprint for Frank James Bailey, which is my name, Frank James Bailey. So if you go to Google and Google Frank James Bailey, you'll find me, you'll find Tercona, you'll find my voiceover work, you'll find my YouTube channel. It's just a matter of making a good internet footprint for yourself. And that's what I've done with Frank James Bailey. But my radio career started, my first full-time job was midnight to 6 in Canton, Ohio at a top 40 station.
Oh yeah, the old graveyard.
They don't have that anymore.
No, it's all run by
automated. But yeah, I was working midnight to 6 at a radio station in Canton, Ohio. That's my first full-time job.
And of course, you went from Canton, Ohio. Then you went to Cleveland, or where'd you go? Between
I think after
Canton
Cleveland, I went to Canton. I think I went to Toledo or Youngstown area because I was doing 7 to midnight over there. And then after that, I went to Toledo. And I did 3 to 7 into some country station. No, classic rock station, 94.5 XKR. I did a couple of weekends there. But after that, I was the program director of a station in Salina. So, but after the Salina thing, I kind of got out of it. And it's like, I don't want to be. At that time I was married. I had a kid. And it's like I don't want to be bouncing around from place to place anymore. I built a studio in my house, and I started doing voice work for my home. So it's a way for me to stay home, still do voice work, still use my voice in the way I want to, and just not go anywhere.
I think that's the route a lot of people take. It's like once you get married, you want to settle in, not go from station to station. And I've talked to some people who actually, there'll be a station, then all of a sudden it's just like, something will happen. They get married, they'll take on another job, raise kids. It was like the same situation I was, where it's like I was pretty much a master of ceremonies, a lot of events, and a couple of radio stations in the Chicago area. And then when I got married and started having 2 young kids, it says, can I see myself doing this on weekends while raising kids? It's like, you got to wonder yourself. It's like, where do you draw the line? That's the whole thing. And then I worked a few jobs, and which tied into what I was doing. And someone suggested that I get back into business. And here I was doubting it. Voiceovers came knocking, and then I ended up getting back in business myself, where I ended up doing sports for a low power station between Chicago and Milwaukee. And I did some real estate voiceovers up in Milwaukee. And all of a sudden got a call from Arizona. They wanted me to come out to Bismarck, North Dakota. So things like that just really changed. But then when you're raising a family, it's like, you can't see yourself being an outlaw while you're trying to raise kids at the same time. But then, and then Tercona came around as well too. And, of course, the rest is history. And, some voiceover work. It's like you had some amazing clients, and maybe some of your best stories, and maybe something that's like, you're like, what was that? Or it's like, just a funny story about a client. They tell you, it's like, you want
well,
what?
I did, like I said earlier, when you mentioned what some of the work that I did some voiceover work for a channel on YouTube called Channel Frederator. And I got to ask a lot of people questions. And of course, this is about the first time I was having my first book out too. And they were also a company that creates cartoons, because they created Adventure Time, the Channel Frederator. So anyway,
Adventure Time. What was that?
Adventure Time.
Same thing as Coffee Time or something. Adventure Time, like a dog or something.
No, it was a kind of a fantasy adventure cartoon.
Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, I got those.
It's on Cartoon Network.
Right, cartoon. I remember that.
So anyway, I did Disney's Dark Secrets for them, which was it's a series that they had going on, and the videos are still on their channel. I did My Little Pony, Then versus Now. That's the only one where my picture shows up on the video. It's like, I'm Frank James Bailey, and you hear me in the studio. But all the other ones, it's just I say I'm Frank, and it doesn't really show me at all. But anyway, that's the only one that does that. But the other one that I did was 107 Facts About Pinky the Brain. So again, all these great voiceover stuff that I've done, which is great. And then, of course, I've had more clients. I've done more work for other people, especially overseas, when somebody calls me up or says, oh, yeah, remember me from so-and-so? Oh, yeah, sure, I'll do that voiceover for you. So I think I told you before, it's like I still do it. I have the audio stuff. I just don't pursue it as much as I wanted to. Only I know how. If somebody came up to me and said, hey, can I have you do this commercial for us? Oh, sure. Can you do this in a world thing? Oh, yeah. Can you do this particular character? Oh, I'll try and do that. Sure. I don't pursue it as much because I'm doing more Tercona stuff. I'm writing more comics. I'm trying to write the pitch for a cartoon. Matter of fact, not to get off subject here, but I recently talked to a guy who he produced and made a cartoon for Nickelodeon, which is now on Netflix.
Wow. And
since the pandemic was hit, it's like, he was kind of like, giving me out some advice. So I made an appointment to talk to him around December, gave him my pitch. And it's like, hey, what do you think about this? He just wanted to give me some advice. And he told me, it's like, okay, if on a scale of 1 to 10, and 10, you have to be here to be ready for it. You're probably like a 7 or an 8. You're not quite ready. You're almost there. You've done the homework. You've got all the characters. You're a lot farther off than a lot of people, but you're not quite up there yet. But you change some things and work on some things, and you might be there by maybe next year or the year after. But it's like he can't really vouch for me, and it's like pitch it to Netflix unless I'm way up here ready for me. So it's like it was good to know that, hey, I'm on my way.
There you go.
I'm getting close.
and of course, 7 8 is better than 3 or 4 rejected.
Yeah.
They're off on like the YouTube channel for kids and whatever else, or stick to TikTok. But I was thinking about Pinky the Brain earlier, that we watched that a lot, and that's one of my favorites as well too. And I still remember that Jeopardy episode where he gets on and he asks this famous honeymoon and this, and I'm like, do I really need to know that crap? And the same answer came up, and he freaked out. Yeah, Ralph Crandon, and he's like, oh crap, and he blew millions of dollars supposedly take over the world.
Do you ever see the new ones yet? Because there's about 12 or 13 new episodes of Pinky the Brain on Hulu.
Really? I did not know that.
Brand new episodes, same voice actors too. Same voice actors.
Yeah.
So it's a more updated version, and they make fun of some more updated stuff. But remember, it takes about 8 to 9 months to make one episode of a cartoon. They've been making this since 2018. It just came out in 2020.
Wow.
So yeah, if you have Hulu, go check it out. I've seen about maybe 8 or 9 episodes. A couple of my voice actor friends are actually characters in the show.
Oh my gosh.
So I connect with a lot of different voice actors, and it's really cool to see these people. Oh yeah, I remember you from 10 years ago. That's cool. Wish I was that far.
Jay Brian, what do you think we'll do tonight? Same thing every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Or take over a podcast, or beat the crap out of Tercona.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, mix those two in. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I'm hoping Tercona turns into a cartoon, but right now it's a comic book, and I'm really hoping I get more fans to know Tercona. Like I said before, you can go to Tercona.com to kind of check out Tercona. If you can check out the characters, you can check out the comic books. I have a free sample matter of fact, coming up soon, I'm going to have comic number 1. You'll be able to read the entire comic for free on the website, Tercona.com.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to put that up because to me, since I'm having a new comic coming out in the next couple of months in April, that's comic number 4. I'm going to make the first comic you can read that for free on the web. It's called a web comic. So basically, you can't download it. You just have to go to the website. And the whole idea is to bring them to the website. They read it. Oh, I really like that. What's number 2 like? What's number 3? You know what I mean? Just to bring them to the website. Hopefully they like it. Hopefully it lures them in and they check out other ones. And again, I'm going to have comic number 4 coming out in April. And I have another comic I'm working on right now coming out in October. So
wow, you are
keep the comics going.
Oh my gosh. And what's the website where people can check out the comic?
Tercona.com. That is www.tercona.com. You can also find me just about anywhere on the internet just by Googling Frank James Bailey. But I'm also on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm easy to find.
We certainly will do so. And what's coming up for Frank James Bailey for 2021 beyond, we'll find out in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs, and also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of the book Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with author of Tercona and voice actor Frank James Bailey after this timeout.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mia Motion Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with Frank James Bailey, the talented voice actor and Ohio extraordinaire, 25 years, and creator of Tercona.com here on the Mike Wagner Show. And we talked a lot about Tercona, a lot of great stories. We even shared with some voiceover stories and whatever else. And we got to do it again sometime as well, too, Frank. So it's like, have a couple of beers, maybe a coffee, a little shot of something or something.
Tea.
So,
Yeah.
I'm
a big iced tea drinker. I like that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And of course, maybe just watch some cartoons on the side.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Bugs, what was that over there? Yeah, you share me, Sam. And of course, I grew up the days of Underdog and Tennessee Tuxedo going far back.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here. I remember those. Yeah, I remember those.
Oh my gosh. And of course, Sweet Polly Purebred, help. And Simon Says, I'm going to take over the world. Another of my favorites too, I'm going to throw in is like with Tennessee Tuxedo, the smart ass penguin with the goofy walrus. Tennessee Tuxedo's my name, and this is my Chumley.
Or Speedy Gonzalez. Remember Speedy Gonzalez?
What is Speedy Gonzalez? You want to go in? Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
my.
those are shows I used to watch a long, long time ago. But yeah,
Yeah, and of course, make good cartoons these days. But of course, it's a different generation. It's like I mean, forget the political correctness. Just bring back Bugs Bunny, So,
well, I think there are some new Bugs Bunny stuff on HBO Max. I haven't seen him yet, but I know HBO Max is obviously a streaming service, and I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers owns or vice versa or something like that. But I'm pretty sure some new episodes of Bugs Bunny is on HBO Max.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing like they did in the Super Bowl. They promote Paramount Plus with Paramount shows, Paramount News, Paramount Sports, and all that. And just like with Disney, you had like Disney Plus, and they took over. And now they package with Hulu and ESPN Plus and whatever else. And it was just solo Disney. Then you got that 3 package. What are some other packages out there? It's like Netflix. That was like $6.99.
I only have 4, and that's all I really need, which is Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon, which my wife liked Amazon because of the packaging stuff, and then there's Hulu. So
and don't forget Amazon Prime, free shipping, just about everything. Even if you have to pay $2.99 for like the worst movie out there, you really don't want to watch, but somebody else, I have to watch this. So
yeah. I just recently got HBO Max, and the only reason is because I heard the thing they're going to do is release new releases as movies on HBO Max, like Wonder Woman. I saw Wonder Woman on HBO Max at home.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have to go to the theaters for it. And okay, so it's $15 a month. Okay, I'll give it a try for a couple of months to find out. I know the Jack Snyder cut of Justice League will be out next month.
Oh, wow.
And then a trailer just came out for that. And even though that movie came out, I think like 2-3 years ago, the Jack Snyder cut is a special cut. It's like 4 hours long, and it's only on HBO Max. So I want to check that out. And so I'm enjoying it for a little while.
And of course, director's cut, that's a way of saying, this is my way of doing the movie, not someone else's. That's exactly it. Somebody explained to me about, Wonder World with Kevin Costner, and he just hacked it up and made a really bad movie. Kevin Costner came out with his version, and somebody else came out with their version. This is mine better than Kevin Costner. And Kevin Costner just totally went nuts. And that's how I figured out the whole thing about director's cut. This is my version, that sort of thing, make extra money.
If you look at it a different way, it's another way for the whole studio to make more money.
There you
if you
go.
look at it that way.
It's just like how many times can you package Paul McCartney's whatever album, like 20th anniversary, 25th, 30, whatever.
25th,
like,
how many songs are you going to add to it, right?
Oh my God. And it's like live versions and behind the scenes and whatever else. It's like, 20th anniversary, same thing, 15-year anniversary, same thing, 10-year anniversary, same thing. You're just paying more money. Next thing you know, it's just like, really? And I bought for that much, and you try to resell it for that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. And of course, what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Frank?
Well, like I said, and this year I have 2 comics coming out, which is coming out in April. There's going to be Fighting Blind. It's being printed off. Matter of fact, the proof's going to probably get to me any minute now. So I'll have it come out in April. But I'm working on another comic right now that'll be coming out in October. No title on that one yet, because the moment I give the title away, people know, I know what that one's about. So I can't give the title away about that one yet, but it's more deep into one of the characters of Tercona than really about the superhero part, even though in the very first 7 or 8 pages, I do make fun of the superhero trope of because Brittany tells Tercona, hey, why don't you, Paige, her alter ego, hey, why don't you go in that phone booth there? Brian used to said that superheroes used to change in those phone booths. I'm like, nobody, how do you change in this thing? So I make fun of that, old, Superman era, because it's like, how many people have a phone booth anymore? But it's all painted up and it's like graffiti and stuff. So that's part of this new comic coming out in October. It's again, I've written the comic. My artist has to draw the pages, and it's probably not going to be ready until October of this year. So 2 comics coming out this year. And the one thing I'm really hoping for is, even though the pandemic is hit, I went to a lot of Comic-Cons. I love meeting people. I love talking. I love going places. I'm hoping that we go back into the Comic-Con scene later this year. Like, I'm already scheduled to be at the Gem City Comic-Con in Dayton, Ohio in late July. I think by late July we'll be safe, but another one I'm going to go to is the Cincinnati Comic Expo, which is in September. Again, late summer, early fall, I think we'll be safe. I can't wait to get back into the thick of things, you know.
And of course, you may have to wear a superhero mask as well, too. It's just like, like Comic-Con or whatever it is. Maybe they'll sell those for like 10, 20, 30, $50. You could have like say Burt Ward, sign like your mask or something, like you put over, like, COVID and all that. Or it's just like, say, like with Gal Gadot, if she appeared at Comic-Con, it's like, sign those. That would be a big thing nowadays, like autographed masks for
I don't have a mask down here with me, but here's one for something. But anyway, this is like inside out here, but this is I was thinking of having like a Tercona one, do this and then put Tercona on it somewhere, this way if somebody wanted one, hey, my logo's on it for Tercona, and they're walking around being safe. So
exactly. Or you can simply say, charge like $5, $10, $15, $20. And if you do get COVID, just take that 20 and go get yourself tested or go check yourself in, So that sort of thing. And of course, just a couple of things, Frank, who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
I don't know about my biggest influence in radio. I don't really have an influence, although when I was just starting off there, and I have no idea what happened to him, but the reason I got into radio was a guy named Dave Sharp. He was in Cleveland, Ohio, and he was on the radio on the WKDD for a long time, and I have no idea what happened to him, but I really loved his voice. I loved his attitude. I loved everything. And plus there was Dancing Danny Wright. I lived at Dancing Danny Wright. He was on the Midnight to 6 show that was on a country station, the Midnight to 6 show with Dancing Danny Wright. And it kind of faded out after a while, but those two people really influenced me for radio wise. As for comic stuff, I just watched a lot of my own favorite comic stuff. Like, even though Tercona has these lightning bolts coming out, it's like a similar powers to some other character. Well, she can construct things like Green Lantern. She has long blue hair, so she has a combination of a bunch of different characters that have influenced me. But really, what inspired me to do the comic in the first place was my daughter, Paige. So that was the biggest influence. And then I kind of just kept rolling with it. So, yeah. And I'm gonna keep rolling with it too.
It's okay, we can keep going, and love you have it back on when you talk about your next one as well too. What's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Well, best advice I can give is basically be yourself. And one of the biggest things I love to tell people is do what you love.
Agreed.
If you do it just because you want to make money, it's good. But if you do it because you love it, people will eventually follow you and pay you what you love to do. Do what you love.
That is well said. Just like the Geico lizard. It's like, if you love what you're doing, it's not a job.
Exactly.
Follow the lizard. Follow the lizard.
Follow the lizard. Okay.
Once again, we're Frank James Bailey of Tercona here on the Mike Wagner Show. Frank, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. It's almost like just having a beer and ice cream. We got to have you back on as well, too. And
I like making funny voices.
Oh, yeah, we doing that. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people purchase or listen to or check out Tercona.com?
Tercona.
Oh, I think those demons made me screw up. Those demons made me mispronounce it. Heavens mispronounced demons. Get out of there.
Possessing him. You are gone now. Hail. Hail. I say hail. Okay, I'm done now. Anyway, Tercona.com is really simple. Just go to www.tercona.com. There you'll find all the characters. You'll find all the books, the original books, which is how it originally started. But then in 2019, it turned into comic books. You'll find all the comic books there. You'll also find some special covers there if you really want to collect comics. I only have 50 special covers of comics 1, 2, and 3. And once they're gone, they're gone. They're a little more expensive, but they're special covers of the comics. Plus, I have posters and prints available as well. You can find out all about how the story started and that kind of stuff. Go to Tercona.com. Again, that's Tercona, Tercona.com. I have a section on the site for fan art. I'm really humbled that people who are artists love to draw Tercona. It blows me away that people love her so much that they draw her in fan art, which is really cool. So I dedicated a page on Tercona.com for fan art. Plus, I have a thing on Facebook. It's the official Tercona fan club. It's a group on Facebook, and I post fan art every Tuesday. So people from all over the world, from all over the place, they draw Tercona. They draw their own little version of it. They draw real professionally. They draw their own crayons or whatever, but they draw Tercona, and I post it on Tuesdays. But yeah, if you want to go into the Tercona fan club, it's on Facebook. I also have official, like page too, but I do more with the group because groups are, a little bit different on the Facebook. Mm-hmm. Plus you can find me on all over Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. You really just look for Frank James Bailey. I mean, the easiest way to find me is to go to Google and put in Frank James Bailey.
We certainly will do so. Too. We're going to do that right now. Once again, Frank, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. I just love our time together.
Do I talk too fast? Sorry.
Yes. Portions of program pre-recorded and side effects included. Blah, 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 blah.
Batter's not included.
Oh, looking forward to having you on soon. You got to stay in touch, definitely, and give me a call as well, too. Want to get on, and don't forget to keep in touch. And you've been absolutely terrific. I just love our time together.
Okay, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, everybody. My name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.